Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Gena Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. What the holistic human performance community has turned into is something beyond words. I am so grateful for each and every single one of you. And I wanted to talk about what the community is all about. And really, it just started with me going through a really low time in life, where I did not have my health as a 2-time cancer survivor. And I really leaned into holistic health, that lifestyle, changing everything about it. Really taking a deep dive into energy medicine and spirituality and combining all of these different aspects of mind, body, and soul together that helped me heal on a deep level. And now I am following out my soul's mission and purpose and bringing this to you all. And so I want to invite you inside of the holistic human performance community. We have an app, which is the HHP app on Apple and Google Play, which you can also get all of these goodies on the desktop as well. And really what you're going to find inside of this community, I call it the Virtual Wellness Center. It's going to be all about holistic health, spirituality, energetics, all different practices, tools, modalities. So we have things like sound bath meditations, we have breath work, we have tapping series, we have workouts, we have somatic healing, we have masterclass series, we have programs. I have other professionals come on inside of the app to teach. So there's so many cool things you get inside of this community. And so I wanted to give this to you all as a membership. And what you're getting is a monthly membership where you have 300 plus on-demand videos, plus live stream classes and programs and courses. You're literally getting all of these incredible tools to take with you wherever, whenever you need. And so for $33 per month, you get access to this. Or you can do annual, which is $320 for the year. You're getting all of this inside of the Holistic Human Performance Virtual Wellness Center. And not only that, you could try it out for 1 week free and cancel whenever you want. So these are things that are going to help reprogram your subconscious mind, you regulate your nervous system, keep you healthy and navigating life with full life force energy, and really helping you to express yourself authentically while also enhancing your health and your well-being so that you can find and follow your soul's mission and purpose. So I invite you inside of this community. It is so beautiful and juicy. And not to mention, we have a whole section inside of the app where it is a community forum so we can chat with each other and talk about our wins, what we're going through, and so much more. And I don't know if I mentioned, if you are a one-on-one coaching client, you get full access to the entire Virtual Wellness Center membership. So I invite you inside of the HHP community. Again, you can get your week free trial on Apple or Google Play or right on your desktop at holistichumanperformance.co. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Gena Bradshaw Vitale, and today we have a solo episode with your girl, and we're diving into how to become the most magnetic you, the most radiant you. This is so underestimated, and it's interesting how it comes up so often in my client calls, healings, the community chats. And so I figured let's get into it because this is something that I actually um incorporate into my coaching and healing sessions because in order to become the most radiant magnetic version of you, there are a couple of things that you need to go over. You need to reevaluate in your life before you step into that most radiant version of yourself. There are some things you got to do. So first things first, we what I so growing up, I'll start with my own journey of my own like understanding my light and becoming the most magnetic version of myself. So growing up, I didn't even realize the inner beauty, the inner confidence, inner power, the inner light that I had truly because I was in my own way. Listen, like I went through a lot of trauma. I didn't realize like I'm the oldest of five, the oldest girl of five. I didn't realize, all of the skills and gifts that I had. And, it took some time to build that confidence, no lie. However, once I started to incorporate energy medicine into the mix, game changer. Game changer. Now, here's the thing when it comes to energy medicine, a lot of people don't realize that our energy points, our meridians, which are really all just channels of energy that connect to different physiological systems and organs, emotions connected to the seasons. If you take a deep dive into, and I talk about this a lot in my teachings, traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine, you know, it's just part of overall health and well-being and creating wholeness within the body. So, if your energy isn't on point, your health, your radiance, your magnetism will also not be on point. Not to say that you can't be magnetic, that's not what I'm saying, but it's gonna, if you lack self-love, self-confidence, self-esteem, and you lack understanding your own inner power, how could you be magnetic? Like, you know, our inner world dictates our outer world, and what's going on internally is what we're going to see reflected externally in our external world, right? We're either going to magnetize people, places, and things and experiences, or we're going to repel them. And so for me, this took me some time to really, understand. And a lot of it came down to like emotional regulation, emotional intelligence. This is very much attached to me going through, my own trauma and health journey. So this is part of the game, right? This is part of life, and we each have our own stories, adversities, traumas, stresses, but the key is to do the inner work. That's really the key there, is to do the inner work and to create a healthy lifestyle that matches that. I'm going to use an example. So, I was on a client call the other day and he's struggling with his own like physical afflictions, nothing crazy, kind of just like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and you know, over time, so really what ends up happening is when our nervous system is dysregulated, we don't even realize that once we become safe and once we do that work and our nervous system starts to become more regulated and we're more in a parasympathetic rest and digest state, our body will actually show us, not all the time, but I see this a lot, a lot, a lot. Because now it's safe, our body's going to show us signs and symptoms. So, after doing all of that work, it's like, okay, now it's time to heal. Like, this is what's really going on here. So, your body will reflect that, and you could get neck pain. You could get some type of issues going on with your liver, or, high blood pressure, cholesterol, like whatever it is, those things will start to come up now because now you're like not numb. And now you're able to actually acknowledge, oh, this is like what's going on. And then that shows you the deeper medicine of what you need to work on. And so, in order to become the most radiant version of yourself, you have to work on those things because that is what enhances your energetic aka your electromagnetic field. It's your essence. It's your energy speaks before you even walk into a room. And my friends have told me this too, like when I go out to networking groups or just like out in general, like people just are magnetized to me. They just come up to me, they talk to me. I don't know. It's just like my husband says it. It's just who I am. I just shine bright because I don't care because this is me and take it or leave it. This is my authentic self. And that's where authenticity comes in. And you're going to hear that word a lot. I always utilize authenticity. And so this comes with being vulnerable. This comes with emotional regulation. This comes with emotional intelligence. And once you can get a grip on that and you work on that, the inner work, and the inner work, it really helps to just regulate your nervous system, right? So inner work meaning, you're going into meditation, you're doing breath work, that's self-care stuff. It's not a luxury. It's just like part of our birthright. Like self-care is not like, and yes, sure, like I like to get my nails done, my hair done. That's cool, but it's not like real self-care. Real self-care is catering to the self. It's catering to, hey, we have some shit we got to work on and let's get into it. So that's what comes up for me. Now, um, one of the things that is really important when it comes to, I'm just pulling up my notes here because I had written some things down because I just was getting so many downloads with this. Let's see. So, when it comes to magnetism, again, it's really like your energetic blueprint, right? So, if you want to learn more about that, your astrological chart, your birth natal chart is very important if you need to get that done. Because that will show you kind of like this is what I need to lean into to become my most radiant version of myself. So, for example, I'm Cancer rising. Libra moon, Cancer sun. So that means I got depth to me. I am a water sign through and through. However, that Libra moon is my inner world, and that's all about like balancing the scales. So thankfully, I have that because I would be like an emotional, crazy person if I was all Cancerian in water. Um, but when I am, my authentic coding is being very vulnerable, being honest, being raw, being real. I'm very, very, very in tune with emotions and with energy. And that's like part of my soul gift. And growing up, I was very numb to emotions. I was like the complete opposite. I was like a hardo, like did not like to feel anything. And, it played a role in my health and well-being. I used to get such bad migraines. And that's all nervous system stuff. That's all nervous system regulation and trauma and stress and holding it in, like the body's just keeping the score and holding on to that. So it expresses in different ways, but understanding that and going deeper into what your strengths, your weaknesses are, what your soul came here to do is what will help you become the most magnetic and radiant version of yourself. Obviously, you know, like people are into astrology. Like this is science, right? It's not just like woo woo stuff. This is through and through. So if you want to learn more about that, go head over to book a session with Jake, our astrologer. He combines his own therapy work and astrology. It is magnificent. He could take a deep dive into that and go over the things that are like your soul blueprint, your energetic blueprint, which will help you become more magnetic. Um, and I hear this a lot too. A lot of people, they're like, things just aren't going right. I feel like I repel clients, and especially for entrepreneurs, I repel money, I repel this, I repel that. That's, I hate to break it to you, but that's you. That's you. That's not anybody else. That's you. So when we can kind of refocus and say, okay, what's going on here? Like, what's going on with me? What's going on with my energy? How can I shift that? How can I change that? That's when the real inner work begins. And that's when you can start to become the most radiant version of yourself. This is part of what I do inside of my coaching containers because it is so pivotal to manifesting the most the healthiest, happiest, most aligned version of yourself, whatever that means for you and whatever that soul path is for you, it is key. Okay. So, a lot of people, and I'm pregnant currently as I'm recording this, and a lot of people have been lately being like, you're glowing. Like, what are you doing? And really, for me, it's catering to my energy, catering to my needs, self care, taking care of my health, and enjoying life and having fun and doing what I love. You can do what you love, make lots of money, make great impact, and follow your soul's purpose. Like it is absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. It's crazy to think about because I went on a new endeavor recently where I co-founded a network community called Fearless Founders for bold-hearted, authentic entrepreneurs. And I literally birthed the project before I even am giving birth. It is like so wild to think about, but it was so effortless, so easy. Like my soul is just ignited. When you do those things that ignite your soul, you're very heart led and you're following what makes you it makes you tick. It shows your strengths. You're stepping into your leadership. Not only does it enhance your health and well-being, but you become a magnet to incredible things here on earth. Like we're meant to live a very great, rich, luxurious, lavish, happy, joyful, loving life, healthy life, wealthy life. Like we that's our birthright. But a lot of us think that it has to be very complicated, it has to be complex, and I always explain this to my clients and students and community members. Like, life is always going to keep lifing, things are always going to keep happening. And it's your viewpoint of, do you view this as bad? Do you view this as good, positive, negative, whatever you want to insert there? And depending on your viewpoint on that and your emotions and your feelings, that's going to also, you know, polarize, right? And magnetize your radiance and your inner glow, right? So the more of the inner work that we do, now what's considered inner work? Okay. We are getting we are going within. We are seeing what our inner world looks like. And by the way, I just put out a new walking meditation to nourish your inner garden. This meditation is spot on. It was totally channeled, and I've been the feedback I've been getting is like amazing. It's right on the Holistic Human Performance app. You could try it out with your free trial. It is spectacular. But it's all about going inward. What's your inner garden look like? Is it on fire? Is it barren? Does it need water? Do you need to plant new seeds? A lot of us neglect our inner world. And then we're so numb to what's going on internally. We look at our external world and we're like blaming all these people, places, things. We're in our victimhood mentality, and that's not becoming your most radiant magnetic version of yourself. Like that's not how this works. So doing the inner work, right? Breath work, meditation, working out, nourishing your body, connection to, God, universe, source, whatever you faith, this spiritual muscle that needs to be developed. This is part of health. Spirituality is a part of health. It is literally part of neuroscience. I talk about this all the time. Dr. Lisa Miller literally has done 20 years of research. So has Dr. Joe Dispenza on spirituality and how it plays a role on our health and well-being. It is a docking system in the brain. And the more that that is developed, the more faith that we have to whatever you want to call it, something greater, the belief, the faith that our lives are planned out. Like we planned it before coming into this life as a soul. The more that we accept that, the more that we lean into that, and we play to our strengths, to our soul gifts, our talents, and we just stay on that path. Miracles happen every single minute of every single day. Magic happens all the time. And is it easy? No. No, that's not what I'm saying. Does it take work? Yes, because of, life, right? I went through cancer twice. Was that easy? Hell no, it wasn't. That was literally hell on earth. But, I got to this point where now I'm gonna be, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be 12 years. I call it my health anniversary, and it's looking a little different. I'm pregnant now, and I'm having a baby in August, and it's a miracle, right? And it's a healthy natural pregnancy. And I'm excited to see kind of where this takes me. But again, I have never at I'm going to be 32 soon, but at 31 years old, I have never felt healthier. I've never felt better. I've never felt more aligned. And it's from me leaning into doing this work, leaning into doing the inner work. Okay. So again, choosing to eat healthier foods that actually feel good for your body. And by the way, based on your astrological sign, you should be eating and working out and moving and doing specific tools based on that. It's called body astrology, medical astrology. If you want to tap into that a little bit more, just hit me up. There's so much that goes into that. And that's part of kind of like what Jake and I intertwine with our clients and students in the community. And it's based in science. It's really cool. Science and spirituality are two sides of the same coin. And these are, again, all of the things when you lean into that blueprint and how you're sup supposed to be living, that is what makes you more radiant. That is the glow up. That is what makes you more magnetic to your clients, to um any aspect in life, love, relationships, all the things to your, but really, what does it come down to? It comes down to the relationship with yourself. If you don't have a relationship with yourself, who else is gonna who else is gonna do it for you? Seriously, nobody. So, these are the things that help you to tap into your most magnetic, radiant self, right? Um, what does it really come down to? Doing the inner work, right? Journaling, getting outside in nature, grounding, chanting, meditation, breath work, movement, moving your body, exercising, taking care of the self. You have one body, it's a temple, and you better take care of it. If you don't, where's it going to lead you? Not anywhere great. And then, if you believe in reincarnation and things like that, it's like you take those lessons and you gotta redo it. So why not just go all in? That's the thing. We're like so half-assed when it comes to this stuff, but I think it's because people are so overwhelmed. Like there's so much extra stimulation out there that we're so numb to ourselves and like what's good for us. We don't even know what's good for us. When I ask this question all the time too, like what do you want? What do you want in life? People don't know. They don't even know the answer. And, not to say that you're going to know it all, but they don't even have an answer for you. And you're like, all right, well, what don't you want? Like, let's start there. It's like so mind blowing. Like, I know what I want in life. I know that I want to live the healthiest, happiest, most aligned version. I want to give it all every single day, show up as my highest self, be on that highest timeline every single day. Are some days easier than others? Hell yes. Are some days like, what am I even doing? Yes. But these are where these tools come in. And also, this is where having somebody else hold space for you comes in. A coach, a therapist, a mentor, a healer, whatever. Create your team. Like, this is what we're here to do. And that's why I do what I do, because it's so important. I would not be where I'm at today if I did it on my own. There's no way in hell, right? I did a lot of work on my own. And again, your your leader, coach, teacher, healer, mentor can't do the work for you. They can help you, they can guide you, but you need to show up for yourself every single day, because if not, who's going to do it for you? Nobody, right? You have to have something so much greater than yourself that you're believing in to do this work. I don't want my child coming into this world with all this generational trauma and cycles. No, I'm working on it. I want to work on that because, I mean, we're creating a great life. And, she deserves that. I want to create generational health and wealth. That's it. And when you do that, you heal 7 generations forwards and 7 generations backwards. So This work is important. If you need help with it, I got you. We have so many different tools and modalities. We have the Holistic Human Performance app with all of these tools in there, for people who are like busy and they want like that 5 minute, 3 minute. I have 40 minutes, I have an hour, I have master classes, all of these different modalities that are um really for everyone, honestly, where you can do it wherever, whenever. Breath work, journaling, workbooks, master classes with astrology, different. I have interviews with lymphatic doctors and naturopaths and, you know, um, yoga flows, strength training. It's like all encompassing of this. What does health actually mean? And things that you are like, oh, that's going to work for me. Yes, this works for me. Okay, I'm going to do this meditation. That's like the game here. So, and then if you need to go deep, of course, I have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one healing, sound healings, and we have our astrologer Jake who does one-on-one work as well, going deep into your birth natal chart. He has a couple of different options with that. Yeah, and if you're looking to tap into the most radiant version of you, I have a one-on-one coaching and healing container literally called Radiant You, accessing your inner magnetic self. And that's a 3-month container. So if that's something that you need, please reach out. We can even, if you have any questions, like just feel free, hit me up. So that's what I got for you today. I hope this helps. I hope you really sit there and think like, am I living like my highest timeline? Am I actually tuned into my most magnetic self? In order to do that, we really have to self-reflect, okay? We really need to look inward, and that's what's going to help us move forward if you're feeling stuck and you're feeling just low on life force energy, okay? So we have lots and lots of goodies for you, programs and coaching and healings, the app. And by the way, if you do any one-on-one coaching with me, you get full access to the app. So that's what I got for you today. I will talk to you soon and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.